The Zorthak arena had witnessed countless deaths over its 3-century existence. Beings from across the galaxy came to watch the most dangerous predators in known space tear apart their prey in elaborate hunts designed for maximum entertainment. Today's crowd of over 50,000 spectators represented dozens of species, all unified in their bloodthirst and anticipation. In the central pit, the Vexthara prowled with deadly grace. Standing 12 feet tall on 6 muscular legs, its obsidian carapace gleamed under the arena's harsh lights. 4 razor-sharp arms extended from its torso, each ending in serrated claws that could slice through reinforced steel. Its triangular head swiveled constantly on a flexible neck, 3 glowing red eyes scanning for movement while its mandibles clicked in anticipation. The creature was perfection incarnate, evolution's ultimate predator. In 200 battles across 17 different worlds, no prey had survived longer than 4 minutes against a Vexthara. Most died within seconds. Arena Master Kiltar's voice boomed across the stadium through universal translators. Citizens of the Galactic Confederation, today we present the undefeated champion of death itself, the Vexthara of Kepler Prime. And its opponent? The crowd fell silent, waiting. A human from the backwater planet Earth. A collective gasp rippled through the audience, followed by confused chittering and growling in dozens of languages. Humans were barely known beyond their own solar system, a recently contacted species considered unremarkable in every measurable way. They possessed no natural armor, no venomous fangs, no enhanced reflexes. They were, by all accounts, weak omnivores who had somehow stumbled into space travel. The arena's opposite gate creaked open, and out walked David Chen, a xenobiologist from Luna Colony, who had been captured during a research expedition gone wrong. He stood 6 feet tall in his blue jumpsuit, dark hair slightly disheveled, carrying nothing but a small metal canteen and what appeared to be a curious smile. The Vexthara's head snapped toward him, all 3 eyes focusing with predatory intensity. It had hunted prey from gas giants and ice worlds, creatures with natural weapons that could level buildings. This soft pink thing before it barely qualified as an appetizer. David looked around the arena with genuine interest, as if he were on a field trip rather than facing certain death. He spotted the Vexthara and actually waved. "Well, hello there, beautiful," he said cheerfully, though the creature couldn't understand his words. The crowd murmured in disbelief. Was the human insane? Did he not understand his situation? Arena Master Kiltar initiated the hunt sequence. Barriers retracted, leaving David and the Vexthara alone in the circular pit. The creature began its approach, slow, methodical, savoring the moment before the kill. That's when David did something no prey had ever done before. He smiled wider and began to whistle. The tune was simple and cheerful, "You Are My Sunshine," something his daughter had taught him. As the melody drifted across the arena, the Vexthara paused mid-step. Its head tilted, mandibles stopping their rhythmic clicking. David continued whistling, taking a casual step forward. The Vexthara, confused by this unprecedented behavior, took a step back. In the stands, the crowd fell completely silent. Prey didn't advance on predators. Prey certainly didn't make pleasant sounds while doing it. David opened his canteen and took a sip of water, still maintaining his cheerful demeanor. He began walking in a slow circle, keeping the Vexthara in sight but showing no fear, no aggressive posturing. To the creature's evolutionary programming, this made no sense. Every instinct screamed that this was wrong. The Vexthara lunged, but without its usual lethal precision. David sidestepped casually, not even breaking his whistle. He patted the creature's flank as it passed, actually patted it, like greeting a neighbor's dog. Confusion turned to something, approaching panic in the predator's mind. It spun and struck again, but David had already moved, still whistling, still smiling. He wasn't running. He was just elsewhere whenever the claws swept through space. Gradually, David's body language began to shift. His movements became more fluid, more confident. He started clicking his tongue in rhythm with his steps. The sound echoed strangely in the arena, and several species in the crowd recognized it instinctively, the sound of a superior predator calling its pack. But humans didn't hunt in packs anymore, did they? David's smile never wavered, but something changed behind his eyes. The xenobiologist had spent his career studying apex predators across the galaxy, and he understood something the arena's designers had missed. Predation wasn't about size or claws or venom. It was about psychology. He began to stalk the Vex Thara. The reversal was subtle at first, David mirroring the creature's movements, maintaining eye contact, using his body language to project calm dominance. When the Vex Thara moved left, David moved right, cutting off escape routes. When it tried to create distance, David closed the gap with unhurried confidence. The crowd realized what they were seeing just as the Vex Thara did. The human wasn't prey at all. David's species had been persistence hunters for millions of years before they discovered agriculture. They had chased prey across continents, not with speed or strength, but with relentless endurance and psychological warfare. They had hunted creatures 10 times their size by simply refusing to give up, by being present everywhere their prey looked, until exhaustion and terror did the killing. The Vexithara began to tremble. Its strikes became frantic, desperate. David continued his cheerful whistling, occasionally pausing to drink from his canteen or comment on the arena's architecture, as if he were a tourist. Finally, the great predator did something that shocked the galaxy. It retreated to the far wall and curled into a defensive position, all 6 legs tucked beneath it, making itself as small as possible. David approached slowly, still humming. He sat down cross-legged just outside the creature's reach and began to eat what appeared to be a sandwich from his pocket. Arena Master Kiltar's voice finally broke the silence. The Vex Thara has submitted. The human wins? David looked up at the crowd and waved again, crumbs from his sandwich falling to the arena floor. "Thanks for watching," he called out cheerfully. "That was fun." As security forces scrambled to process this unprecedented outcome, xenobiologists across the galaxy began frantically reviewing everything they knew about humanity. They had dismissed humans as unremarkable because they had been measuring the wrong things. Humans didn't need claws when they had creativity. They didn't need armor when they had adaptability. They didn't need venom when they had the most dangerous weapon in the known universe, the ability to make any situation feel routine. David Chen whistled all the way back to his cell, already composing the research paper he would write about Vexithara behavioral psychology. In the arena behind him, maintenance crews approached the still cowering apex predator with newfound caution. The deadliest predator in the galaxy had learned what the rest of the universe was beginning to understand. Never underestimate a species that conquered its own planet by smiling in the face of saber-toothed tigers. Humanity had just announced its presence to the galaxy, one whistle at a time.